Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Tesla report for Thursday, March 13th, 2025. Let's take a look at the charts. I'm going to jump to this chart. We've had a series of significant sell signals, a couple, in fact, over the last month and a half. The first was below the low to mid 340s. And if you've been watching this series over that time frame, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The most recent was the gap below, or the open, I should say, Monday, below the 256.44 two-year rising channel bottom. That held roughly last week. We rolled, or if you will, opened Monday below it. We fell away. Now we're right back approaching this vicinity. 256.44 is our resistance through April. And from here, we should continue south into the 153.59 to 159.69 region over the next month or two. And that remains the big picture. Now, if we were to close tomorrow, the week itself above 256.44, then I would expect, recovery. At this point in time, I'm going to say the 340s again, but I have to sort of weigh everything at that time with this newly formed descending channel top on the daily chart at 322.60. So I'm going to see what's happening at that time. Sometimes other formations mature and develop, and we'll just see what happens. But it could be that it's just merely a settlement above 322.60 that indicates a good low through the second quarter with continued gains then expected over the following several months, ultimately allowing perhaps that 507.99 formation in the 3 to 5 months to follow. But I don't think we're going to see a V-shaped rally. I could be completely wrong, but this church steeple rally, or V-shaped bottom, I should say, this church steeple rally where it gives it all back symmetrically on the backside, they tend to stick around for a while. They tend to sort of hold for a long period of time. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that high at 488 even roughly back in December is a good high through all of 25. I could be wrong, and I would begin to consider that possibility of being wrong if at this point in time we close back above 345.53. But I don't expect to see 345.53 unless we close the week tomorrow above 256.44. Until then, this is a market to be short below 256.44, expecting the 150s over the next month or two. Let's get into the day itself. You see 256.44. I have it represented here in part as a horizontal line. There's also 249.54. That's a Fibonacci level that may well, as I say, contain buying through April, and below which the 150s in reach over the next month or two. Working our way down today, actually, I'm going to show this chart here, 235.91. I have that as an intraday support level. I think you've got a pretty decent day trade here, selling 256.44, buying back at 235.91, or vice versa. You could buy 235.91, and I'm talking really to aggressive day traders here. I'm not talking to people who may hold a position, say, over the weekend and into next week. There is no real 3 to 5 day swing trade unless we close above 256.44, and then I would expect 286.38, this former trend line, within about 3 to 5 days, where we can place a daily high. And then, of course, it would be a settlement above 286.38 that would then indicate 322.20. So it is a bit stair-step, but as I said earlier, a Friday settlement at the end of the week back above 256.44 would then present 322.60 as a realistic 2 to 3 week target where we could top out. I have it as a weekly resistance level now, but it may be bumped up to a 4-star multi-week resistance that may contain buying on a monthly basis, and from here we could fall away again. I think closing above 322.60 should be respected for its buy signal quality through the second quarter. But once again, we're a long way from that. If we close tomorrow, the week itself, above 256.44, I think we can anticipate as much the low 320s and dropping within 2 to 3 weeks. Until then, this is a market to be sold from 256.44. We can fall back to 212.11 between now and the end of next week. And yes, into the 150s, 170s within a month or two. Working our way down today, of course, I've got 235.91 And if we break, especially if we open today below 235.91, we show weakness right out of the gates, and I would expect 212.11 intraday. So if we open below 235.91, 212.11 in reach today. If we open above 235.91, open above 235.91, 256.44 is likely. If we open above 235.91 and we break 235.91 intraday, I don't think 212.11 is likely. We've got carefully chosen minor support levels on the way down, but 212.11 is your next level that we're confident can contain daily selling pressures. But that's about it. Closing below 212.11, while not expected today, would then indicate 175.85 within probably 3 to 5 days. 175.85 is a longer term, how do I put this? I forgot, these are like wave counts. So I know the math. Really what we're doing is you're taking the November 21 high, you're subtracting the January 23 low, that exact distance then subtracted from the December high of last year, and that takes you down to 175.85. It's very similar structurally to the actual channel bottoms that are below that in the 150s. So this range, about 20 points wide, 22 points wide, and narrowing gradually, able to contain selling for the rest of the year. It's a 1 to 2 month target below 256.44, and if we close, over the next few days or so, below that 212.11 area, then within a full week of activity, we should see our targeted 175.11. So one more time, 256.44 is the pivot point through the rest of March, below which we can quite easily fall back to 212.11 over the next 3 to 5 days and into the 150s over the next month or two. Inversely, if we close tomorrow the week itself above 256.44, then yes, I think we could see the 340s within a matter of weeks. But once again, I keep saying this, I probably will defer to 322.60. And we have to see how things are playing out at that time with respect to the charts. On Tuesday, wickedstocks.com put out a stock pick on Home Depot. You might want to check that out. We always look for at least 20% moves that we're confident could play out on all of our stock picks. We've got another one coming out today. Take advantage of our 5-day free trial. You'll see our daily Triple Q and our daily SPY analysis for the next 5 days, as well as our weekly Apple stock, S&P 500, and NASDAQ 100 analysis. So check out wickedstocks.com. I will be back tomorrow with Friday's Tesla. You have a great day.